Hi, everyone. This is Kurt. Thank you for joining today's webinar hosted by CFA Society Hong Kong. Uh, First of all, a little bit about myself. I'm Kurt, Chair of University Outreach, and this is today's agenda. I will talk about the CFA Society Hong Kong and the CFA program, and then my colleague, Candy, will talk about CFA Institute Research Challenge, and my another colleague, Seb, will talk about candidate service. And last but not least, my colleague, Vicky, he will share his experience as equity research analyst. So without further ado, let's start now. CFA Society Hong Kong was founded in 1992 by a group of CFA charter holders. And we organize by all by volunteer. So the speaker today are all volunteer. We have different daytime job. And about our vision and mission, we would like to be Hong Kong's leading investment professional body, and we would like to raising the standard of practice and uphold ethics in financial industry. And also, as well as we would like to promote CFA charter holder and its value. And also, we would like to become a hub for the investment professional. CFA Society Hong Kong is approved by Security and Future Commission Hong Kong SFC as continued professional training provider. And CFA Society Hong Kong is the largest member society in APAC, and also the fifth largest out of 116 local society in the world. And you may wonder which one is the number one. Let's see. Actually, Toronto is the number one society in the world, followed by UK, New York, and Boston. And on the right-hand corner, you may see about the top 10 member, top 10 member employer of our society, which is HSBC, JP Morgan, Bank of China, all investment bank and investment professional that in Hong Kong. And the right-hand the right-hand bottom corner is about our age distribution. So about our value, normally our society will do educational event. We have CFA study group. We do professional training, and also we have we will update our member about the trend in industry. And also we have career service. We do mentoring for our member as well as mentoring for students. And also we do career conference. Of course, networking is one of most important things in our society and as well as for investment professional. And also in terms of professionalism, we have advocacy committee. We will respond to government consultancy, and also we would like to set the highest ethical standard for the industry. Of course, in CFA Society, we have opportunity for our volunteer to share with their knowledge and also do contribution to the society. And of course, last but not least, we have social activity in our society like hiking, boat tripping, and also we have some wine tasting event. So why I mentioned a lot about our society to you as a student? Because this is special treatment that we have student associate. If you would like to know more about our student associate, you may scan the QR code on the right-hand side to know more. Basically, if you become a student associate, you enjoy the same benefit of our regular member, except for the voting right. And also, we have some exclusive event and exclusive resource for students. For example, exclusive access to our CFA exam support. We have study group for students and exam preparation material, mock exam. And also, students could attend all our seminar and workshop at discount member rate. And last but not least, student associates, we will hold some exclusive events for students. For example, the Career Insights Workshop, speed mentoring with industry professional, and also networking opportunity with top peer and also finance practitioners. Here are our social media website, YouTube, WeChat, and LinkedIn. Feel free to follow us, comment, like, and subscribe. This is about CFA program. To give you more about the knowledge about CFA. Actually, CFA Institute, we have member all over the world, and also we have 116 local society. And as I mentioned before, Hong Kong society is the 5th largest one in the world. And this is the recognition from Financial Times. CFA become the golden standard for our finance industry. So this is global index for our charter holder. The primary roles for our member, primary roles including professional management, research, finance consultant, data science, risk analyst, risk management, investment strategy, wealth management, and the top employment basically in global, similar to what we see in Hong Kong. Majority they are investment bank and also those big bank in the world. So this is the course for the coming CFA examination. Please see if you are interested, you can please try to register as soon as possible to enjoy the early registration fee. And also, as student, we offer scholarship for students. And here, if you can get the access scholarship, the exam registration is reduced to $400. So if you would like to know more about, if you would like to know more about the access scholarship, feel free to scan the QR code on our right-hand side to browse those information. So next, I will pass to my colleague, Vice Chair of University Outreach, Candy, to talk about the CFA Research Challenge. Candy.
Thank you, Carl. Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Candy Wong. I'm the Vice Chair of the University Outreach Committee. What do we do at the committee? We are the key liaison between the society and the university. And what we do is we connect students, faculty, and industry participants. And one of our key initiatives is the CFA Research Challenge. Let's go to the next page. So the CFA Research Challenge is a global equity research competition organized by the CFAI to provide students with hands-on experience in financial analysis and mentoring opportunities. As you can see from this slide, it's truly global. You have 7,000 plus students globally from like more than 1,000 universities. So this is a very global event. And the Hong Kong Society has been hosting the local challenge since 2005. So this year is the 20th anniversary of the competition. So we have a very long track record. Let's go back to the last slides. So in this competition, you will assume the role of a sell-side equity research analyst. So you will work in a team of 3 to 5. You will need to produce a real research report on a real listed company. It can be a buy, sell, or hold. You will be given access to management just like a real research analyst. You will also perform fundamental and financial analysis, and you will need to value the stock using the appropriate valuation methodology. Then after that, you will need to articulate your investment thesis in the written report as well as in the face-to-face presentation. Now, to help you do that, each team will be assigned an experienced investment professional as mentor, as well as a faculty member to guide you through the whole process. Then the top 5 reports with the highest score will proceed to the next stage, where you will present and defend your recommendation to a panel of judges. And the winning team will then represent Hong Kong to compete in the sub-regional competition, then hopefully onto the regional and global final. Let's go to the next page. Now, this is the timeline for the Hong Kong local final. There will be a kickoff event in October. You will have about 2 months to do your research and write your report. And the finalists will be announced in January. The top 5 teams will have about a month to prepare for the sub-regional for their presentation. And the winner of the Hong Kong local competition will then proceed to the sub-regional level in March, and hopefully to the regional final in April and global final in May. Now, after seeing this timeline, some of you might wonder, wow, this is a very long time commitment. It starts from the beginning of the term until almost the end of the academic year. Do I have the time for this? There are so many other competition out there. How is this competition different from all the other ones that I'm being offered? So let me just highlight a couple of differences here for you. The first one is that this one is the closest that you will do to a real research report. You will need to do a deep dive onto the company and produce a real sell-side research report. You'll be graded on how thorough your analysis is and how well you understand the company and whether you're using the right valuation methodology, not on the actual performance of your recommendation. That's the key difference number one. Now, the second difference is the kind of support we will provide to you. Remember, I talked about you will get a mentor, an experienced investment professional as a mentor so you can learn from him or her. But then you will also be given access to the management. So we'll host a corporate presentation for the target company who will walk through the business model and the key drivers. And you will get to ask questions just like in a real analyst briefing. And in addition, the society will also host workshops on financial modeling and presentation skills to help you brush up the skills for the competition. And all of these are free of charge. Now, let's go to the next slide. So this year, Hong Kong University is the winner of the Hong Kong final, and they made it all the way to the global final in Chicago this May. And here are some of the pictures of the trip here. So this is a great learning experience for the team. Let's go to the next slide. Just want to highlight some of the key dates here so that you're aware. The kickoff event will take place on the 17th of October. Then we will announce where we will announce the target company, and then we'll match your team to your industry mentor. Then the target company presentation will take place on the 20th of November, as highlighted in the middle, at the HKUST Kwun Tong campus. And the Hong Kong final is tentatively set for the 7th of February 2026. Let's go to the next slide. So here are details for the 3 key events and the time so that you can take a note on that. And let's go to the next slide. So here are the photos from last year's opening ceremony. So all the sponsors will be there, the mentors will be there, and we'll walk you through the whole process. And we'll also have industry participants to share their career path with you at the event. Let's go to the next slide. So this is the listed company presentation. So 2 years ago, we have HWell. This year, we have Shenzhou International. So the Shenzhou International briefing lasted for almost 3 hours, and the quality of the questions are very, very high. And the next slide. This is the Hong Kong final and the presentation award ceremony. Next slide. Oh, this is the grading criteria. On the left-hand side is for the written research report, and right-hand side is for the presentation. You can see that these are very comprehensive. In addition to the investment thesis, financial analysis, and valuation, you will also need to address the risk and mitigants and also ESG. And for the written report, financial analysis and valuation, they have the highest weighting. And for the Hong Kong final, you will also be graded on your presentation skills and how well you handle your Q&A as shown on the right-hand side here. Next slide. Okay, the most important thing about this slide is that the global final this year will be held in Hong Kong in May 2026. I think if Kerr might correct me, this might be the first time that the global final will be hosted in Hong Kong. So this is a very important milestone. So we have a home ground advantage this year. Now, in terms of the prizes, so the champion, the first runner-up and the second runner-up team will get trophies, and scholarship will be given to each team member of the 3 teams. And this year, we also have a new award called the Best Presenter Award. The name will be finalized later, but we will select the person or the student participant who presented the best during the Hong Kong final. So next slide. So how to participate? Now, if you're interested, please contact your faculty member at your university, as each university is responsible for recruiting its own team. But we can also try to refer you to the coordinator at your university. So you can use this QR code to fill in the inquiry form, and we will forward your information to your respective faculty members. So that's all I have for this section. I'll pass it on to Zab, my colleague.
Okay, thank you, Kirk. Thank you, Candy. So I think you have already have some idea regarding the CFA Society Hong Kong and also the research challenge. So let's talk about the candidate service. So before that, okay, let me introduce myself. Okay, I'm Subject. I'm the co-chair of the Calendar Survey Committee. I've been with the committee for around 7 years. I like this committee because what I can say, this is the very relevant committee to you. I will give you more explanation about the survey from the committee. My daytime job, I'm working for a tier one fintech company, FIS. You can see most of the banking insurance company, they are using the survey from my company. I help them to build a system so that they can fulfill the regulatory and compliance requirement. The reason I mentioned about that is because you can see, okay, the CFA exam and also the qualification is a very comprehensive examination. That means that for your career, you can be in any field, not only in the investment, portfolio management, or private equity. You can extend and explore your opportunity in different sector. Okay, so next slide. Okay, here. So this is the survey we can provide to you. Sorry about that. So sensitive, my mouse. And maybe have some delay, okay, for the platform. Okay, here. So number one thing I want to introduce to you is about the study group. I don't know your background. Or maybe you have taken the CFA exam before. Maybe you tried the level 1 or level 2 or even level 3. But what I can say that is the CFA exam is a really demanding and a tough exam. I did a little research this morning. So on FA for the level 1 exam, the passing rate is only 40%. That means that, okay, 10% they go inside the exam center, 6 of them they need to retake or they need to give up. And even worse, okay, for the May 2021, okay, during the COVID time, the passing rate is only 21%. That's why, okay, we formed the study group for our candidate. So what does it mean? So once you registered for the exam, you are already entitled to join our study group survey. And that is definitely free of charge, complimentary for you. Our study group will begin, okay, starting from 4 months before the actual exam. That means that during that 4 months, if you join the study group, we will assign 2 qualified charter holder to help you to go through the exam study process. We will help you to set up your study schedule. We will help you to clarify some of the knowledge, some of the concept you don't understand. We know that, okay, the student will come from different background. And based on our observation, now we have more candidate from the long account, long finance background, and that is good, okay? So when you go through your study, definitely I will recommend that you join the study group and then you can enjoy the survey from our charter holder. So this is the number 1 survey I want to provide to you. Number 2 is about the mock exam. This is a very welcoming and demanding new initiative. We're starting from last year. So every time, okay, we focus on the level one exam cycle. We did it for almost 5 times already, and we will do the 6th time, okay, in the next month inside the Hong Kong U campus. The reason why, because, okay, we have a charter holder and he is in our committee. He is the professor in Hong Kong U. That's why we can provide the free venue inside Hong Kong U for you. We focus on level 1 candidate. The reason is very simple. Because, okay, we want to give them the opportunity and also the experience to taste about the exam platform. Some of them, they may never take the exam before. They don't know about the computer-based platform. That's why we give them the mock exam. And the good news is every time we got a record-breaking number for the registration and also the candidate they show up. So again, if you really want to take the exam, join the study group and also enjoy the mock exam service. And then another thing is about the gathering and also the kickoff. So my colleague Kirk mentioned already, no matter which industry you are in, we believe that, okay, the networking is very important for you. You should try to build up your resources, your network when you are young, so that, okay, maybe in the future, okay, maybe when you do your interview, maybe when you want to join a company, you will see the same interviewer, okay, from the CFA Society Hong Kong. You never know. Okay, then next thing is about the career center. That one is also a very, I can say, very welcoming service from us. The CFA Charter Hong Kong, we have more than 6,000 CFA Charter Hong Kong in Hong Kong. They are very unique at one. they are very dedicated to help the candidate and even the charter holder. That's why they will post some unique job opportunity inside our website. Sometimes you may able to even find an interim position, okay, inside the CFA Society Hong Kong website. And then next thing is about the scholarship. That one already give you some idea. What I can say is that, okay, the CFA exam is not a cheap exam, honestly. That's why study hard and also try to pass the exam in one time. And also the examination fee is keep on increasing almost every year because of the inflation reason. So if you need to have some financial assistance, some scholarship, you can access our website and you can find the method. And also I think my colleague, he will post a email contact in the Q&A. So if you have any question you want to ask later, you can drop us an email. Then definitely we were able to provide you some assistance. Then last but not least, okay, is about the pack course. Maybe you will heard this provider already. Okay, this is a good provider. The reason why, okay, we select the statistic partner with the UWorld, and they were able to provide you some discount and also even some free questions, some free mock exam. So if you want to get more question to practice or even more exam, you can choose the UWorld. Okay. Then next thing is about the award ceremony. Again, that is I think that will be the only thing that we need to charge you some money. So if you are lucky, if you pass all the exam, you become a charter holder. You are welcome to join the award ceremony. Like most likely, it will happen in November every year. And so again, okay, during this networking event, you will meet with the different charter holder and also some professional from the investment and from different background. Okay, last thing is about the learning ecosystem. So again, this is a very good platform and this is free of charge. Once you register for the exam, you are able to receive a password and log in. Then you can go inside the learning ecosystem from the CFA Institute. And what I can say is that the question difficulty and also the mock exam is very similar to the real exam you will see because they are prepared by the same group of people. And also you can check your study progress using the learning ecosystem. Okay, so next slide. So here, simple message. I just want to tell you from the calendar survey, every year we provide more than 13 to 14 events to our candidates, and they are all free of charge. Okay, so you can see all these events are for you. You don't need to worry about the exam. Okay, we will provide you the end-to-end preparation and also some guidance. What you need to do is that, okay, you register for the exam. If you really want to take it, then join the study group and engage with us. And here, okay, the last thing is about the study group. We started setting from last year. What does it mean? It means that we can form a study group only for the university student. So for example, if when you register, we will send you a form, then you can let me know where you come from, which university you come from. Then if we have enough number, then we can set up the study group, for example, for UST, for Hong Kong U, for CUHK. The good thing is that we can deploy the study group leader, maybe also from your university. And also when we do the physical gathering, we can do it inside CUHK, PolyU, CTU, etc. Okay, so here, so you can see all the event photos from my committee. For example, we have the study group kickoff, we have the mock exam, we have the essay section only for level 3, and then we also have the award like I mentioned before. Yes. Okay, so that is what I want to tell you regarding the candidate survey. Exam is hard, okay? If it is too easy, low value, okay? But you don't need to worry so much because you have the full backup from our candidate service committee. Okay, so let me introduce my colleague. Vicky will tell you something about how to become a research analyst. Okay, go back to you, Vicky. Thank you.
Hi, everyone. Hi, can you hear me?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Great. Good afternoon, everyone. It's my pleasure to meet all of you here. I'm Ricky, equity research analyst in the Pictet Wealth Management. I've been in the industry in the past 10 years, and I've ever worked in the buy side, sell side, and also a private bank as an equity research analyst. And today I'm going to share with you some tips about developing a career in the equity research space. So first of all, what is equity research analyst? I think by definition, is a person make money via researching on their stocks. And actually, um, there are quite a different approach to research on the stocks, not only the fundamental, but also the technical and also the quantitative approach. And here, I think the mainstream remains the fundamental approach. So here, I would like to spend more time to talk about how to become a fundamental equity research analyst. So what does a fundamental equity research analyst do? I think it mainly wants to find out the value for a company. Yeah. And then if the market price is higher than the value of the company, then probably we should assign a sell rating. While if the market price is lower than the intrinsic value, then we should assign a buy rating. But how to get the intrinsic value? I think there are different valuation methods you can see in the screen. So they include PE, price to book, EV/EBITDA, DCF. So I think these are all something that you can learn from the university. But what probably we need to enhance further after the graduation is that our understanding into different industries and also the companies. Because for all these valuation methods, we need to do the financial projection first to get the future cash flow or the future revenue or the future earnings. And without the understanding for the companies or for the industry, it's quite hard for you to get an understanding for the future cash flow. Yeah. And so I would say that doing the evaluation is more an art than the science, because not only we need to do it quantitatively, but we also need to have an understanding of lots of different stuffs. So I think there are mainly two streams that you can develop your career as an equity research analyst. So first of all is the sell side, and another one is the buy side. So sell side, it means that the equity research analysts work in the investment banks or in the brokers. And buy side means the research analysts work in the mutual funds or in the hedge funds. I think there are similarities and difference between these two roles. So the similarity is that both of them, they focus on the equity research. They need to understand the industry, the companies. They need to do the financial projection and do the valuation. And the difference is sell side. I think quite a lot of time they need to sell the story to the clients because in the investment bank, they make money via earning the trade commissions. So equity research analysts, not only they need to have a view on the stocks, but also they need to sell the story to the clients, and the clients therefore can put the trade on your platform, and then you can earn the commission. For buy side analysts, I think it's more like an investment role. So you need to use whatever way to make money. So fundamental equity research is one of them, and also a very important factor in the fund house. But on the other hand, we also need to take account of other factors like the macro, like the portfolio, like the risk management, like portfolio allocation. So I think that at the beginning, when you are a junior, what you're doing in the buy side and sell side pretty much similar. But when you go up to be the team leaders in either buy side or sell side, I think the role is pretty different. Yeah. So the buy side, I think the key KPI is the investment performance, meaning that if you are in a mutual fund, your performance versus the benchmark, or in the hedge fund, whether you can earn the absolute performance. Yeah, and your compensation is largely depends on the performance of the fund. Yeah, so that's why I think investment or making the alpha is the key objective for the investment analyst. I think the day for a buy side and sell side analysts are also quite different. For buy side analysts, you need to look at the news at the morning and then do the analyze the news very quickly. And then before the market open, then you need to present your finding to the investment managers. And throughout the day, you continue need to do your research, meet the companies, and then do the in-house research works. And then for sell side, I think you need to address more audience. So normally, I think sell side analysts, the working hour is a bit longer than the buy side analysts. So you need to wake up in the early morning to check the news, and then to have the morning meeting, have the afternoon meeting, have the evening meetings, and also you need to meet the various clients. So actually, the time you spend on the investment research is actually not as much as the buy side analyst, but you can interact with different clients, and as your time to do the investment research is not as much as a buy side analyst. So normally for a sell side research analyst, your coverage only limited to around 20 to 30 stocks in a sector. Yeah, so in other words, you are a sector specialist. But in buy side, normally you will cover more stocks or 2 to 3 sectors, because you have more time in doing the investment research. And if you're going to be a portfolio manager in a fund house, I think the number of stocks that you need to cover is even much larger than research analysts. So what's the risk and reward to be an equity research analyst? I would say that the key risks, or the key disadvantage for being a research analyst is that there is no regular working hours. Yeah, I think especially during the earnings season, you need to the working hour is actually quite long. Yeah. And on the other hand, I think because research analysts need to catch up with the news every day, especially now the market is quite volatile, so there are always some new news to pop up. And once there are some new news, no matter it's in the morning time or in the evening time, then you need to do analysis and write a report on it. So that's why I think there is actually no regular working hours. And also on the other hand, I think another disadvantage is that the hard work doesn't really pay off. I think in quite lots of different industries, when when you're more hardworking and when you focus more on that assignment, normally you will get a better results. But in the investment research, hard work doesn't really meaning that you can get the achievement, because I think for a good research analyst, the normally when he or she make a call, the accuracy rate is mostly around 60%. Even for a good analyst, is around 65%. So that's why most of the time, actually, we are making mistakes. Yeah. So sometimes we feel very frustrated when you make a wrong call. But I would say that even though hard work doesn't really pay off, but does it mean that we don't need to pay the hard work? I disagree, because I think if you don't really spend time on it, there's no way for you to get a success. But only if you working very hard, there is a chance for you to be successful. And lastly, I think all the research work is very time sensitive, because market runs mostly 24 hours a day. Yeah, so I think that once there is news pop up, then you need to react to it very quickly. And then I think the key reward is that every day you are learning something new. So throughout my entire career to be the research analyst, I've covered a lot of different sectors. And I think because investment is all about the futures, so you always need to learn some new stuff so that you can catch up with the market trend. And also on the other hand, I think if you can be a good research analyst, no matter in sell side or buy side, the compensation is quite good. So it's for sell side research analysts, if you top rank, I think the compensation is quite high. And if you're a buy side research analyst, then the possibility or the range of the compensations even more bigger, because they are linked to your investment performance. So I think there are different criteria to be a top equity research analyst. So here you can see they require some academic knowledge, like the economics, accounting, financial modeling, and also that require a good personality, like you have for good communication skills, and then you can resist to the pressure. And it's also better for you to learn more additional stuff like the programming and also third and fourth language. But among all these, I think the most important thing would be that you need to be more open-minded and you need to have like intellectual curiosity, because as I said before, I think as a research analyst, throughout your entire career, you always need to learn a lot of new stuff. And you always need to make a lot of mistakes. And once you make a mistake, I think you need to learn from the mistakes and keep learning the new investment approach. Though though I think fundamental research is still the mainstream research approach, but to be honest, I think the definition for fundamental research has been evolved throughout in the past 100 years. Yeah. So I think always being a student is the only way that you can become a top research analyst. And then furthermore, how to be a portfolio manager. So first of all, you need to be a good research analyst. You need to do a lot of bottom-up analysis, understand the company well, and then understand the sector well, and then understand a few sectors well. But then after you understand all the sectors, and then you can look at it from a more top-down approach. And then you can look at the macros, you can look at the fund flows, and then after that, you combine with your experience in risk management and portfolio allocation, then probably you can become a good portfolio manager. And I would say that normally to become a portfolio manager, at least you need to have like a 10 years experience in being a research analyst and cover a few sectors before. And then I would also like to share with you how to write a good research report, since I think in the competition, their core assignment is to write an initiation reports. So I think to write an initiation report, first of all, you need to have a good understanding on the company. Yeah. And then I think the structure for the report is also very important, because only if there's a good structure, then the audience can understand what you're writing. So here are what we need for the investment research report. So first of all, it needs a clear investment thesis. So normally there are 3 to 4 points. And then after the investment thesis, you need to, at the beginning, show your understanding on the company, describe what the company does to the audience. And then after that, you need to elaborate investment thesis by tables, charts, and the wordings. And then you also need to do the financial projection, analysis, valuation, and then provide your investment recommendation in either buy, sell, or hold ratings. And then lastly, you also need to come up with a target price with investment horizon. So here is the first page of a typical research report. There are some general information for the stocks, and there are also some financial data, key financial data for the stocks. And then there are a few paragraphs. You need to write your investment thesis, and then you need to write your the company description, and then you need to also state that the current share price, what it has priced in already. And lastly, we also need to talk about the valuation method and the potential calculus and also the key risks to buy or sell the company. And then for the company visit, which is also one of the things we will do in the research challenge, I think there are a few do's and don'ts. First of all, we need to get well prepared for the company meeting. We need to understand the company and the industry well. We don't prefer to ask the company what the company does, or how the industry works in the meeting, because before the meeting you should have a good understanding already. And then you also need to assign a bunch of questions, yeah. And then in the management meeting, you need to ask them these questions. And the questions could be either open-ended and closed-ended. For the open-ended question, is more about the qualitative questions to evaluate how the company's quality. For the closed-end question, is more numerical, and you ask about the more specific numbers and guidance. And then you can also do the channel check in the company meeting. So not only ask about the company itself, but also ask about the competitors, the upstream and downstream customers, and also the suppliers. And what we shouldn't do in a company visit, I think we should be punctual. We should not be late. We should close the meeting on time. And then we should not ask the non-public information directly. Because if we ask non-public information directly, first of all, the company wouldn't answer you. And secondly, I think that it's not compliant with the Hong Kong regulatory framework. And then definitely we should ask more insightful questions here. So don't ask something like, what's your business model? Yeah. So I think that's just something that I want to share with you. Feel free for any questions, and I will also pass the stage back to Zed, Candy, and also Kurt.
Thank you,
Thank you,
Ricky,
Ricky.
for that very insightful sharing. There are definitely a lot of very useful tips here. It really reminded me of my sales side day about getting up really early in the morning and getting ready for the morning meeting. Anyways, we're now open for Q&A. I've seen a couple of questions in the chat box before, and I think Zeb has very helpfully answered them. But if you have any question, please type your questions in the chat box, and we'll try to address them either in the chat box or we will address them live. So I think the first question that was put in the chat box, I think we should share it with everybody online, which is what's the most common approach or time for taking the CFA exam? Is it in year 4? I think the latest is that you can start taking the exam 23 months before your graduation. So theoretically, you can start taking the exam in year 3 and year 4, depending how you structure your study. But then after you pass all 3 level exams, you still need to accumulate enough professional experience before you can be a charter holder. So you need 4,000 hours of work experience. And then you also need some reference. So these are the background for how to become a charter holder. Okay, please type in any questions you have, then we'll try to address them.
Maybe add a little bit to the previous question. If you ask me, okay, when to start, I will always say, okay, start earlier. The reason is, okay, so after you graduate, when you find your full-time job, you will be very busy. And also you have different engagement, no matter you go for dating, go for other study. Yeah, so start earlier. And also the good thing is when you are young, you can absorb the knowledge earlier. And depends on your background. Okay, we do the roadshow around the university. Some of the curriculum are already very similar to the CFA level 1 or even level 2 exam. So do it earlier in your spare time, okay? It will help you to stay out from the crowd, okay, when you do your interview. So imagine, okay, if you take it in the beginning of year 3, if you're hardworking, maybe you're lucky, you may even able to pass the level 2 or maybe even level 3, okay, when you graduate. Then when you show your CV to your interviewer, it will give you a very big advantage when you secure your interview. So this is my advice.
So we have a question in the chat box saying, do you recommend a freshman, a year 1, taking the CFA exam?
If you are a freshman, year one you cannot, okay, because you need to at least 23 months before your graduation month. You cannot do it when you are in year 1, okay, you cannot. Yes, but okay, it doesn't mean that you can't study the curriculum. Even you are year 1, you can start to review about the curriculum, see about the question, the difficulty, and most importantly, you need to think about, okay, do you really want to take the exam? Okay, it sounds negative, but the reason is, okay, because the exam is quite demanding. It is a level 1, level 2, level 3 exam. You need to think about that. Do you really want to take it? Yeah.
But maybe I should also add that for some university, they are affiliated school. So the curriculum is already 70% included in your curriculum. So if you do the finance curriculum at your school, you should be able to handle quite a big part of the CFA program. The additional part is the professional ethics that you need to deal with, which is about 30%. So this is something that we should highlight to you as well.
Right. And always remember, okay, if you can, okay, you can try to apply for the scholarship, okay. We have the quota and we have different scholarship for you, okay, because as I mentioned, okay, the exam is not cheap. So if you can, try to apply for the scholarship. It gives you a big discount, okay.
The next question is for Ricky. What skills do you think are most important for someone who wants to become a successful equity research analyst?
So thank you very much for your question. I think there are some hard skills and soft skills you require there. So first of all, I think definitely you need to have an interest in the industry because the working hour is quite long, and if you don't have any interest, then I think you cannot work in the research for more than 5 years. Yeah. And the second thing is that I think you need to get a good understanding on those financial basics, like those like accounting, um, financial modeling, valuation, and then you also need to have a good Excel skills. And with regard to the soft skills, and I think you need to, no matter in buy side or sell side, I think the presentation skills is quite important because normally when we talk about research, I think there are quite a lot of different complex concepts, or there are quite a lot of professional terminologies. So how can you make your investment thesis easily understandable, make it clear and concise to either your boss, portfolio manager, or to a bunch of buy-side audience? I think that is also quite important. Yeah. But I think most importantly is whether you have the intellectual curiosity. And because, as I said before, I think uh, as a research analyst, every day you're learning something new. Yeah. You're learning from the market, you're learning some new sectors, you're learning some new tech stuff. And so if you want to have like a more routine work schedule, then I think it's not a suitable industry for you. But if you want to every day learn something new, then I think it's quite a good industry. Yeah. And also be more optimistic, because in the industry, you always need to make mistakes. Yeah. You always make wrong investment calls, but you need to be optimistic, take it, and then learn from the mistake, and then improve yourself to be a better research analyst or portfolio managers. Yeah. I hope my answer is helpful for you.
Thank you, Ricky. There was a question about the ESG and whether the fee is fully covered by the government. I think Walter already addressed that in the chat room. The government is offering up to 100% subsidy for full-time students taking the Sustainable Investing Certificate. So there's a link on the chat box that you can click into to get more details. Okay, any other questions from the participants today?
Okay, will you please share the slide deck? Okay, my colleague is typing the answer. Also, if you have further questions, you think about it later, feel free to drop a email. My colleague already put the email in the chat, okay? Regarding the exam, scholarship, calendar survey, research challenge. Any question, okay, feel free to drop us an email if you have. Okay, we will share the deck, okay, to the participants after the event, okay? Very good.
Okay, it seems like there's no further questions. So thank you very much for your time, for participating. And we'll close the session here. And please feel free to reach out to any of us if you have any questions. We're here to help you. And our service is free of charge. We are volunteers.
And also be safe, okay, because of the big typhoon in Tuesday or Wednesday. Okay, just be safe, okay? Take care.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Very
Bye-bye.
much.
Bye-bye. Thank
Bye-bye.
you.